Three, two, one. Are you ready?
Here we go!
Welcome to your weekly dodgeball podcast. For all the latest and greatest updates, be sure to check us out on Twitter at Crosscourt Live. And now your host. Please welcome
Travis Tomlin.
How do you expect me to be
Yeah,
quiet?
exactly. Hello, everyone. That was Yams chuckling. I'll spoil it. Yams on the show for you today. I'm Travis Tomlin. I am currently and always will be your host of Crosscourt, Vancouver's finest dodgeball podcast. I'll go so far as to say we're BC's finest dodgeball podcast. There may be other ones out there, but so far I'm gleefully unaware of other podcasts that may or may not be better than this one. So the fact that we're the only one means we're the best one. It's a really exciting day. It's the 14th episode. Oh my god. We're getting older. As far as podcasts go, we're starting to get weird pubic hair. Our voices are crackling a little bit. We're on our way to having a very...
my chin.
Yeah, we're on our way to having a very, sexy, raspy adult voice. Some of us have dogs climbing up on us right now. But we managed to handle it gracefully because we're 14. So yeah, today I'm joined by Yam and Truong.
Hello.
Oh my god. Hello. Say hi. And for those of you counting at home, this is actually Truong's third cross-court appearance.
Mistake.
This is 2 times too many.
2 times. That's not at all true. The listeners clamor for you. That's the only thing they clamor for is Truong and perhaps more hardcore language. And occasionally erotic dodgeball fiction is what they're really into.
I'm writing a novel.
Oh my god.
Like a dodgeball radio play.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, we met at pub night. It was a dark, stormy pub night at Professor Mudd's. So anyways, we have a really fun show today. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. I didn't make it the most structured episode in the world, only because I knew I had such interesting and illuminating guests in Truong and Yam. It's a Good Friday. Hopefully that Good Friday and all that long weekend fun translates over to the show today. We'll do a quick look at the standings, more of like a nod and a salute to the standings rather than an actual look at the standings, because I've said it before and I'll say it 4 more times until the season's over. They don't matter. Not until the playoffs. We're gonna look at pub night, as pub night's coming up in, about a month from now. We'll go down memory lane and maybe look at our favorite pub night memories. I've got a whole bunch of them. Mostly leaving early because I'm getting a ride. But I know everyone else had pub night memories that they'll love to talk about. Another thing we noticed is that all three of the people inside this room right now, not the dog, but the 3 of us inside the room right now are playing on all 4
Yams
nights.
is not a dog.
Yams is not a dog. She's actually doing her best dog impersonation right now. She's wearing a collar, big fluff ears. I never knew Yam.
Sitting up and begging, it's weird.
Yeah, before tonight I never knew that Yam was a furry, but now she is. So all 3 of us, like I said, playing on all 4 nights. We'll take a look at what that's doing to our bodies. Terrible things. Just terrible, terrible things. But it also gives us a sort of okay look into the league, I guess. Perhaps we're changing as players. It happens. I've been playing for 15 seasons. Truong's been playing for 15 seasons.
10-ish seasons?
In lady years, 15 seasons. That's not in dog years. You've been playing for 70 seasons. I got to clarify. Yams, not a dog. Very human. So we're going to look at how we're changing and how the game's changing, and how we're sort of adopting with that change. Maybe we're accepting that we'll not be the high skill superstars that we once were. Can't brute force people down, but we can.
That's strong.
That's strong. That's strong, and myself. That's been me forever,
Aging,
though.
aging.
That's been both of us
I'm
forever.
aging as this podcast is going.
What are we doing? We should be out there playing dodgeball while we still can. We're going to take a fun look into 2 topics that are a little bit more serious, perhaps, but by then we'll probably just make them silly. Is there an elitism in high tiers? I don't mean like there is sort of an ivory tower of dodgeball where you can sort of lord down and look down upon the other tiers. But this is more along the lines of how teams sort of make that transition from being like a tier 1/2 team to sort of being encompassed and accepted to sort of, I think there's a lot of cool things in process now that sort of ease that transition, drop-ins being one of them, and the fact that it's just some big incestuous pool of players. You sort of cover your eyes and pick out 4 dudes and 2 girls, and you got a dodgeball team. Doesn't matter if you've ever talked to each other before. You're just putting puzzle piece next to puzzle piece, but all the puzzle pieces are square. So it's just that's what team building is these days. Finally, we'll look at cameras as a method of review. I might have talked on this before, and if you've got me one-on-one, I've probably talked your ear off a little bit in terms of why I don't like people looking at videos afterwards. I like them looking at videos afterwards, but never to sort of review the game and sort of make a call for a lot of reasons. And those are a lot of reasons that we can get into later. So, Truong and Yam, welcome back again. I'm so happy to be here. How are you guys doing so far with your Dodgeball Season 15 experience?
Ladies first.
What do you want to know, Travis?
I want to know everything. Like how...
How did we get together?
Not for you two. I don't care about that. How did you get together? I mean, as far as I know, you're not together.
The team, I meant.
Oh, the team. Yeah. Well, first, lay it down to me. Like, you play on so many teams. I don't even know all the names of my teams. I want to know what teams you guys play on.
Okay, well, I play Monday with Truong, unfortunately. And then that's Chris Valence. It's Valence, by the way.
The Valence experience.
Yeah.
And, like,
Chris Valence.
The Valence.
Valence?
It was
Valence.
It was like the last week before Dodgeball that I heard someone say Valence, and then all of a sudden I got really self-conscious. Like, man,
He hates it.
was it Valence this whole time?
Yeah.
And so it sort of snuck in. But now, let the record show Chris Valence.
That's right.
Chris Valence. And then Tuesday is Reckless and Exackless. It's been 2 years. And then Wednesday is Studio.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Wednesday is Studio. And then Studio, I started in Studio, so woohoo!
Yeah, shout out to the C.
Thursday is Recess. That's my fam jam right there.
Your fam jam.
My fam jam.
Yeah.
Finally won last season.
Ooh.
You won last season? Oh, yeah. That was historic.
Yeah, that was really cool. That was exciting for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
Nathan was leaving.
Nate was leaving.
Although he might play this season.
Yeah,
for playoffs.
Breaking news is that the fact that Justin may go fight fires in merit means that Nate might just say "fuck you, school" and just slide back in.
Come up from Portland.
Bring it on, and it's exciting and scary for a lot of reasons, because if he hasn't been playing, I'm not concerned about Nate's skill level, but it's teams that were playing against you with other lineups. All of a sudden, Nate jumps in, and it's different recess.
Yeah.
So it's like a pitcher holding the ball in his mitt for a really long time, and just you never see what he's throwing, which is really cool.
And he's playing this Thursday, actually, because it's his spring break.
Bitchin'.
Yeah. So, what teams do you play on?
I play on the Chris Valence Dodgeball Experience.
Random team.
I also play with Chris Valence again on Silver Feathers. And
Wednesday
I play
also?
Wednesday with Chris Valence in CDL on the Settlers of Coquitlam. I think that's our team.
Are you in the C right now?
Yeah. You know what? I got asked to play in CDL, and I really wanted to check it out. I played one time last season, and then I thought it was really cool. They go to the pub after, they get drunk on a Wednesday. It's nice. And the game is the way I like it. Like, no resets,
scrappy,
just ridiculously reckless. A lot of headshots, which is a little bit dangerous, but otherwise it's pretty cool.
And you can feel like a superstar. Is that part of the Truong rejuvenation?
I'm terrible in Coquitlam. I'm actually worse than I am in video. Yeah, you know what I think? I think because the players, I don't know, because they don't reseed until like week 6.
Yeah.
So you don't really face like your actual tier type teams until then, and it's hard to kind of get up for teams that are like 5 girls and 1 guy. So I'm just pretty much doing what I usually do on teams: stand around in the corner, make
and
jokes.
talk.
Yeah.
Well, hard to get up dodgeball wise.
Yeah,
other sorts of games.
I mean, there's 5 girls on the side. I'm getting up.
Yeah.
And then on Thursday I played with Bunderwang with Chris Valens.
Yeah. Is he on Butterway? Jesus, those kids can
Wait, let me
poach.
tell you about Bunderwang,
Has a
okay?
man
Chris
crush
Chan
on
messages me, and he goes, Truong, I hear you don't have a Thursday team. It'd be great if you played with us on Thursday with Bunderwang. I'm like, oh, that's awesome, dude. I'm like, hey, you know what? Sign me up. I'm in. Hey, cool. Great to have you. By the way, can you get your friend Chris Valens to play? And I'm like, oh, so you just need me to get him on the team.
I've done that
Yeah.
before.
So now
To
he's
him?
now he's on. Yeah. Truong, can we get Chris Tung on 8-bit? Can you join so we get Chris Tung?
It was mutual before though, because it was I was holding way back in the day when 8-bit was being formed. I was holding the Carolyn card.
That's right.
It was like,
and I've got the Chris Tung card.
and
We each had a CT.
yeah, Truong was trying to get Carolyn to the family, but I'm like, oh yeah, you can go. But you gotta bring me too. So eventually it was too hard to meet all of our demands. We're just like, fuck it, let's pick a new team. Let's get Chris.
Yeah, so that's it, and it's been fun. 4 nights is crazy though.
4 nights is insane. You're in a situation where you're playing with Chris on all 4 nights?
Yeah.
Holy Christ. I'm playing with Kyle on 3 nights. And then, Nick Malik on Mondays, who's, white, so kind of like a Kyle. Kind of the same thing, right?
Yeah, it's like a shorter version of Kyle.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Less working knees, I think. And it's also strange and terrible because I'm playing with neither of you this year. Whereas before I had, at least a taste here and there.
Yeah.
Usually
I enjoy playing with you.
yeah, I had you for 2, I'm also a CDL vet, if you didn't know. I'm also a CDL
Won
champion.
me my first CDL medal.
Yes, I did. I came in, I was like I would call myself either the Scotty Bowman or who's the current Detroit guy? Not Holland. It's Holland
That's
and...
Ken Holland.
But who's the coach?
Oh, Babcock.
Babcock. More of a Babcock-esque, sort of paraded in,
Yeah.
put on the pads.
Yeah, I'm just like, what? You know what? Popovich.
Got it.
Popovich.
Got it.
There you
Okay.
go.
Okay.
There you go.
I'm more of a Stan Van Gundy.
There you are.
And that my tall, dark friend in Shane always makes fun of me and then just talks straight to my... It's not true at all. Shane is not Dwight Howard.
No, he's really not.
Just extended basketball metaphors. I enjoy them. I will be the cabbie of dodgeball, ideally.
Oh, man.
Oh, I love
I
cabbie.
love cabbie on the
Shout out to
street.
cabbie. You got poached though by TSN. That was something when he left the score. It was crazy. Crazy days on Twitter. So yeah, it is strange playing with the same people over and over every night. And on the whole, like someone as new and raw as Chris, you're sort of getting a courtside seat basketball to watching him evolve. And
Ice level.
Ice level.
Ice level.
You're sort of getting a courtside seat to watching Chris evolve and change as a player. And your take on him before was that, he had all this raw talent, and as soon as he wanted to be like the boss tier player, he'd be able to. Is
That's
that
right.
happening?
I think he still doesn't want to yet, but I think he's got all the raw talent to be one of the best players. Like, I think he's
a great player.
Yeah, he's
so,
solid,
yeah.
man.
Oh man,
He's gross.
He's catching me all the goddamn
I don't
time.
even think
He's got
trying
like
most
weak
of the time.
glasses.
Yeah?
Volleyball player right there.
Fair enough. Just some jukey and little twitches here and there.
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
weird.
I feel myself getting slower. It's definitely happening.
He's like barely moving though when he plays.
That's true.
He's not even quick.
Yeah, so, like, seeing as we play on all 4 nights, we might actually have some insight into these standings. We can go and take a look at Monday standings. After week 5, Lantern Corp's on top. Lantern Corp, returning champions from last season, but they don't have Linda or Luke. 2 huge pieces. However, according to some Lantern Corp's players, they felt that Luke wasn't the key piece to their success last season. Anyway, they said he felt like he felt like 1 and 2 played like shit on their Monday playoffs. Not total shit, but that's just what I've heard. I didn't see it myself. Al Carrillo,
Okay. And the girl?
is Liana.
Oh, right.
So yeah, interesting. I think a learning
She's
process.
Asian, Yams.
Got it.
There you go.
Leslie, close to Colleen. On
Okay.
She's
Cherry.
about, yeah.
We'll get back to this with Dodgeball Allegiance, because
Right.
clearly Yam doesn't care about players.
I know. Yeah. You're
I'm
not
sure,
saying-
I'm
you're
sure
not
if I saw the face, I would know.
Okay.
Jeez.
I'm
You're not-
sorry.
Similar to Matt Kennedy and her levels of player knowledge, Matt was just like, who? Yeah, there's one guy in the scene that's really good. I'm like, that is Victor. That's what happens when I play one night. Boy Crisis coming up in second. Boy Crisis also in the unique position of possibly losing Justin.
Oh, yeah.
player.
That's your team, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I'm really loving that team. All the dudes are,
It's fun times.
same-ish age, same-ish energy. Everybody's happy. I get with Shane and Carolyn, which is,
Take Carolyn with you everywhere.
I tried to. I wasn't able to for this season, but, maybe one day.
Yeah.
C-Val.
I used to be able to do that with,
CT?
no, with, Tiana.
Oh, man, yeah.
And then apparently she got a mind of her own.
She's like, you know what? I can get more championships without them. Wait, they're playing together without us on Bananas and Brown Egg? Well, kind of. Juice on Bananas and Brown Egg on Thursdays, and Tiana subs for them a lot. Jeez.
Damn Tiana.
I know. C-Val, currently rocking out in third. C-Val's a cool, interesting team for a lot of reasons. One, because it scares the shit out of me. And, for those who are unaware, of course, it has Chris Valance on it.
Mm-hmm.
Stella and Yam are the ladies. Why don't you guys tell us about the rest of the pieces on the Chris Valance dodgeball experience?
Well, it's not like anyone would notice because he never shows up, but Byron Wong's on the team.
I've seen you guys play like 4 weeks and he's
But
never
he always
been there.
leaves for work, so he can...
Yeah, he's currently on work trips and things like that. And then Mark Williams on the team, who's dope.
Mm-hmm.
He's awesome. Gives us that white element we were always looking for.
Why did we put the team together? Oh, it's just a
Why
bunch of
did-
randoms that we've never played with.
Yeah. I played with Stella and Chris, and we just wanted to keep the good times rolling.
Yeah. And then he
Stella-
paid me to play on the team.
Stella
Oh.
conned us into asking you to play.
Yeah.
Byron
And
and Chris have a history from volleyball, so they wanted to
Oh
play
yeah,
together.
Byron wanted to play with Chris. And
Okay.
Chris wanted to play with Byron as well. So
Yeah, because to me, it seemed like it was Truong building a really cool breeding ground for Chris to like rock around in. Because originally, correct me if I'm wrong, but originally Mark Williams wasn't core team. It was going to be Matt Kennedy, but Matt had his European adventures and was unable to play. And when it was like Chris, Matt, Byron, and then Truong, I'm like, all right, it's Puppet
That's what I
Master
get for
Truong. It was Puppet Master Truong sort of just
yeah.
I've never played with Matt,
Mysteries.
so it would have been nice to play with
Yeah.
him too. And
cool player, yeah.
but he had to go to Europe. But we got Mark, and I played with him before, and he's dope. So
Oh yeah, insanely hard throw. Like I think you'd expect it
It's
from a guy his size.
crazy.
It's like sidearm north of 70 miles an hour. It's really fast.
Yeah.
And
And he's just goofing around too.
oh yeah,
Put in the
Yeah.
effort.
have you guys? Do you know how to like the Mark Williams ignition button to get him to actually be serious? Does that count in playoffs?
Or
Yeah.
me.
Okay, fair enough.
If you tell him to be serious, he'll be serious.
Okay.
But regular season, he just likes
Yams
to
just
goof
doesn't
around.
wear underwear.
That's not true! Oh my
and then
god.
and then tells Mark, and then
Like,
we're
get here.
and we're good to
Get
go.
out of here.
And then we're money.
That's not true.
I used that same tactic in Love Juice with Shane one back. Shane, I'm not wearing any underwear. And then he would go to the other side of the court because he would always just stand
and
too
then
close to me.
destroy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So some other teams, we got the Sleepy Thrusting Pandas. Yam is currently mauling Truong with a pillow for that no underwear comment. I'll cut that one off here. Sleepy Thrusting Pandas is Grace, Linda, Alvin Shin, some of the Bunderwang
Titus?
boys, Titus, Cooper's
Cooper?
on the team. Yeah. So it was actually the team that managed to perform a coup and pull Linda away from her returning champion team, the Lantern Corps, to go play with some other people on Monday nights. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Who leaves a winning team?
Who leaves a winning team? Gonna throw out the rumor. There was problems inside the dressing room. There had to be.
I'm gonna say sexual tension.
Ooh, sexual tension for one, or two, Rattel was trying to unmask her as being CT. Is that a possibility? Side note, if she actually is CT in disguise, she's doing a really good job of hiding. So far as when she's actually out walking her dog, she stays in her Linda costume. Because I was creeping by Joyce, the theater formerly known as the Raj, which is now Collingwood Cinema. Which is strange. Like they changed away from being a brown theater, and now they're just like Serbian Film Fest theater and just $2 movies and second run bullshit. Either way, she's walking her dog. Like, there she is. That's my story.
Well, Chris Tung, really good at hockey. Linda Mai, really good at hockey. Coincidence?
Does Linda play hockey?
I have no idea.
Probably. Let's put her on some skates.
I'm thinking she probably could. She wanted to.
It's like the witch. Did they test people for being witches by throwing them in the water And if they sunk, they were witches. Something like that.
And if they swam, they were also witches.
Yeah, exactly. if they snorkeled, they were witches. Brown chicken, brown cow, which I believe is Dan Salas, Henry, and some other players.
Wow.
Sorry. Short and sexy is the Thursday night transplant with all our favorite. There's too many J names on short and sexy. It really messes me up. There's Jay, James, Jason, and when everyone's similar in height, and it's really,
and they're all the same ethnicity.
They're all similar.
Hey, there's a lot of Vietnamese people there.
Vietnamese.
Isn't Durante Flip?
He can be Vietnamese.
He can be. Okay. And then from there's other teams on Monday. A lot of contention still going on. Like between 15 and 13, everyone's basically there. The only teams that are.
Why is Oaktown in Tier 1?
I have no idea.
Whoa, they're getting smashed though.
They have one dude that's like.
I love Oaktown, by the way.
God tier, and he would probably rip apart Tier 2.
Oaktown's dope. When we used to have the Oak Ridge Theater,
yeah,
they let me go watch movies there for free. So I really like Oaktown.
There you go. Just Truong's just exploiting his BOD status to get free movies.
They kicked me on the line and like, hey, you just get in here for free. I'm like, I watched Fast and Furious 5 there, man. It was great.
There's 2 shady massage places up my street. You should go see if any of them play dodgeball. There's one of them's called Lucky Massage, and one of them has like the VIP package. And there's no way you can tell me that those places are legit. They're not. Tuesday standings. We got the little dodgeball team that could, Terror Squad, People's Dodgeball Team, Reckless and Execkless, LA Dodge, Ballerinas and Suits, Zone Cutters, Eat Pray Dodge, Wonder Bang, Dodgy Style. Those are the teams that I think are super baller so far in Tuesday nights. They all have good chances to win.
Stone Cutters is in Tier 1? How did you guys make it up there?
We're always in Tier 1. Hello.
No,
we have Chris Valence.
And Stella and Truong. And Helene and Hunger, right?
Yeah, actually a legitimate team.
Very
and Derek Lai, the world's greatest dancer / dodgeball player.
Yeah, I enjoy him. I've subbed for Stonecutters once. It was a very good time.
My favorite Stonecutter for sure.
My favorite Stonecutter was Steve Gutenberg.
I like the alien.
Yeah. Kodos. No.
It was Kodos. He was just some weird Martian guy.
Okay. Yeah, I'm enjoying Tuesday. It's a lot of fun. They're going to get hurt by Justin not being there, I imagine. Because Monday and Thursday are on the same weekend. And right now it's like a case of he's going to be at both, he's going to be at one, he's going to be at the other, or he's going to be at none. There's so many possibilities with Justin right now.
Rumor has it they're trying to bring in Donald Mock, maybe.
Donald Mock?
Possibly. Because
Really?
he's one of the few people that are good
Yeah.
that's not playing on a Tuesday.
Okay.
I like Donald Mock.
Great guy.
Yeah.
Is he going to be able to withstand the Matt Ho, just...
Like the whipping?
Bam,
The whipping?
bam, just being in your face?
I think so.
Calling you out? Team meetings?
I think he likes that.
Does he?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Submissive personality.
Is Carson perhaps a taskmaster? Yama, no, you played on Dodgenamic Duels. Is Carson a taskmaster?
I didn't even notice they're not playing.
Well, they're tier 2 on Mondays.
They're
currently.
tier 2 on Mondays?
Well, that's what happens, man.
Oh no. I love you guys.
And she's probably showing so much concern because you left them. You deserted them.
We don't need to put that on here.
I think I do. Yam played, did them a
I
great
did play
service.
for duos, but they played Monday. They changed to Monday, right?
Okay. And they were formerly,
Because of
I thought they were always on Monday.
No, they've always been on Tuesday.
No, they played Monday last season.
Yeah, that was the only season.
and you were with them.
But you
They're a
ditched
Tuesday
them.
team. They're a
But you ditched
Tuesday.
them.
Yeah.
Ah, you guys are terrible.
Just let
I love duos. They know I love them.
Who are you a duo with on when you play?
Carson, sexy piece of...
Oh yeah, I've mentioned that before. You're a huge fan. Occasionally, here and there.
Yeah, do we see his body? Yeah,
I may have a Carson folder on my computer.
I do.
I've got this like pull down poster in my room. It's just Carson's body.
I have in my room the periodic table of elements, but if you pull it down, it's just Carson in front of a periodic table of elements.
Yeah, and under my bed is a cardboard cutout of just Carson, and he's flexing with a VDL belt.
They're one of those Japanese pillows.
Yeah, that's right.
Someone go to Donald's room and see if there's a Carson pillow.
or like a bed shaped where he's like holding his arms are out and they're like the bed frames. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
You see what I'm doing with my hands here. For the radio world, you don't see what I'm doing.
For those at home, it's a suggestion that you could do like the high school hold, with Carson being the holder and you being the holdee.
That's right.
Oh.
You know, in high school, like they hold hands, like take the hands, hold them together, and then sort of just on the stomach. And there's only 2 situations where you do that. 1, the girl's pregnant. 2, you're in high school. And so that's kind of what we got there. That's Tuesday. Who knows who's going to win? Again, Reckless doesn't have Luke. Will they be okay? I don't know.
We picked up Travis instead of Luke.
Yes. Travis Feldman for
Yes.
those at home.
Oh.
He follows me everywhere.
Nice.
You got Karen. You got nobody. I
I
got
used to have Tiana.
You gotta
I have Chris Valence.
currently. She's
you follow Chris.
I'm following Chris. Yeah.
Lots of.
Well, if I didn't wear underwear, people would follow me too.
Okay, that's
Jesus.
Is there anything I could throw at him?
No. So yeah, currently it's kind of a logjam out front. It looks like the little dodgeball team could be leading things. They're great fun. Wednesday peculiar. I brought this up before. There are not 15 Tier 1 teams on Wednesday. They're just not. There weren't 5 Tier 1 teams on Wednesday last season. And so now you went from like a
10.
super competitive 1 team a week, playing against them to playing against, maybe 1 super competitive team against. So Wednesday's going to be crazy. It's super wide open. But it kind of fits with what Wednesdays is, which is kind of a buggery night where you just sort of do what you feel like
Yeah.
for 2 hours. You have to make your own fun on Wednesdays.
Oh man, because you sit off.
It's so
a
long.
long time.
Like, maybe you're into Sudoku, knitting.
I write poetry.
Yeah, I've always maintained it's a good thing crystal meth isn't big on Wednesday nights because there's a lot of free time. People digging holes outside with their bare hands. There's a dodgeball down there. In Dodge We Trust is currently first. Truong, are you on Dodge We Trust?
Yeah, we brought it back. We had a season off, and now we're too good. I had a discussion about this, and like, Dodger Trust is not we're ranked first right now, but
Sure.
we're not supposed to be first. We're usually creeping in there at 8 or 7.
Yeah.
Just want to sneak into the playoffs.
Surprising teams.
Well, now we have Coop.
Dude, don't you have the Dodge Dynamic boys?
Yeah, we have the Carson and Donald.
Is Shane on the team?
No Shane.
I hear that. Who's the captain for Indodge We Trust?
Well, me and Kevin.
You and Buns. Now, who did all the recruiting for Indodge We Trust this year?
Zim.
Did you? Yeah, exactly.
We basically made an announcement, and it was a really quiet announcement, hey, we're going to bring back the team. And immediately after we said that, Zim went out and got, the next best free agents that were on Wednesday. And then came back to me and said, hey, we've got Donald, Coop, and Carson now. I'm like, oh, cool. I was thinking about getting, Peter Tang, Ray Lamb, maybe Fat, legit in Dodger Trust players.
Now, I'm glad you didn't get Pete Tang, because Pete Tang is currently playing on the best fucking team in dodgeball. If you haven't heard of Dodge Rules Everything Around Me, it's a team with Pete, Fat, Chris Wang, and Vase.
Whoa.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing.
Who are the girls?
Probably, is it Julia and Tao?
Tao, probably.
But it could be other.
I'm guessing it probably is.
Probably.
The wives.
And it's amazing. It's just the craziest mix of people. Vase and Siwang have amazing personalities, and then Pete's just a facilitator. He's gonna let it happen. It's so silly. It's a blast. Hurt Feelings currently second. Hurt Feelings ditched by Kyle. I was able to steal him away from that team, even though they got to the finals last season, and put him on the Tour de Dodgeball. Big pickup for Tour de Dodgeball. Mid-season acquisition, rivaling that of Jerome McGinley for the Penguins. We picked up Rogan.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Well, because 1, he's skinny enough to be looking good in a cycling outfit, and 2, he has the arm that we desperately needed. We didn't have that much firepower.
Yeah.
And so it's let's bring on crazy-ass Rogan, who some people are rating in their top 5 and saying it's a disgrace that he's not in the top 5.
He's a solid player, man.
He's a solid dude,
Great.
and he's working on his catch game, too.
You guys actually wear those tight bicycle outfits?
Here's the
I'd
thing.
like to see it. Do you have a picture?
I do on my phone. I will go get it if you want. I
Can
have it upstairs.
Can that be the photo that you put as your podcast photo?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If you guys want me to, I'm always needing ideas, but yes, I will.
That'd be the
do
greatest
that.
photo ever.
That's a good idea.
Perhaps I'm gonna look to see if I have a chalice, and I'll sit in like this chair in my cycling suit with like my brand new mic, if anyone's wondering, in one hand, and like a chalice in the other hand, just like all 8 medals around my neck.
People would tune in just to watch your bike photo for an hour.
Yeah, I'd be down for an hour and a half, hopefully, if anyone's curious. So yeah, Wednesday's total crapshoot. It's a night where you have room to mess around. Two games and then sitting off for, that was Yams' phone. It's a BlackBerry though, so it deserves to be dropped. It's just to be stomped on. Sorry. Sorry, research in motion. Thursday night standings. Thursday, a fun night. Spartans, accompanied by the no fun allowed Dylan Cooper, who just dour his.
He's all business, man.
He, after one half on a Tuesday, he sat off and just watched the other court play for the rest of the second half because we weren't playing serious enough. Just like, you guys in your fucking light up shoes. Just too much fun. It's just such a clash of paradigms with him and Mark Williams on the same team. It just doesn't work. But you know, he's a necessary component to our team, and I love him.
He's the guy that killed fun.
Yeah, he definitely killed fun. That's why he's like a war vet, because he had this long guerrilla warfare battle with fun. He chased fun through its caverns, and it's like the tunnels it built in the hills, like cornered him, and Fun's surrounded by his whole family, and he had to kill him in front of his kids. Now he's just this,
oh man, poor Fun's
now
kids.
he's just this husk of a person.
Cuts off Fun's head, holds it up.
The kid uses it as a lunchbox. Oh god. Terrible! It's terrible what he did to Fun. So yeah, Spartans, Bunderwang, Bonerwang, is how I prefer to call them. Spartans, Bunderwang,
we're second.
Bananas and Brown Egg, The Imitators, Poison Six Pack, Recess, Finn's BRB. Like, there's a lot of teams, like 10 teams till you get to my team, so I don't even mention my team in the conversation right now.
Who are you? Oh,
I'm Knife or Banana.
Oh.
Which is an interesting
Where
team.
are you
Lots
on
of fun.
that?
Yeah, I know. Really far down. Viewer question, Chris Wang asked, is a banana-related team going to win Thursday nights? I would say maybe, but if it is, it's probably going to be Bananas
not
and Brown
happening.
Egg. Yeah. I'd still throw my cards behind Recess right now.
What are the odds on moves like Haggard winning tier 1? Like, I'd like to throw some money down.
What's the odds on them being in the tier 1 playoffs?
I don't know.
Lower. I love them, and they're all really good players. Give them a couple seasons together, a couple more seasons together.
I hope Spartans doesn't win. It's not right to win without.
You can't win without. It would be the ultimate weird shit.
Damn.
No.
That's not cool.
No.
The man who killed Fun winning without Matt Kennedy.
The thing is, the Spartans fit him so well because they're all like macho dudes that are there. Just they're
Yeah.
business guys, right? And
Yeah.
he's very much a business guy.
Pretty sure the only one smiling is Rattel most of the time.
Yeah,
Is Joey still on that team?
Joey is, but I hear he injured himself pretty seriously in the shoulder playing hockey a couple weeks back, and so he hasn't been around at all. Like,
Small window for Bunderwang.
small, abundant, total possibility here.
Recess.
What?
Oh, come on, guys.
There's so many
Going
possibilities.
for the
here.
second.
There's so many possibilities.
Second.
Going for a second.
Oh, duh.
Second base?
No,
All right. Just moving on here. So hopefully, these playoffs that are coming up in early May, which is so far from now. Like, there's just a weird, crazy extended season that I love. A 2-week hiatus is just what I need. And form some memories in playoffs. We can also form some memories at Pub Night, which is happening on the 27th of April. It's happening at the Electric Owl again. There's always, I think it's good to go back to the Electric Owl because it's exciting. The threat of violence from the managers is such an exciting thing. Totally. The manager tackled Adrian or shoved Adrian to the ground or some shit last year.
For what?
For I don't know, for being Adrian.
Yeah.
I think Adrian was at the door and he wasn't down with it. It was weird, but apparently it wasn't weird enough to keep us from going back.
No.
So as long as they don't double book us with a peak performance band, which was a real kick in the dick.
Yeah.
I'm sure those guys were good, but it wasn't
They
for
weren't
me.
that good.
Not
They
there.
weren't as good as that terrible DJ.
But seriously, it was the night was so much fun. At that point, you could really put a monkey on the racks and just be like, all right, fucking play whatever you want.
Yeah.
We'll love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the one thing you could do? Bring in some, like, Black Keys ripoff band and just...
Like, all bearded dudes.
Yeah. And, like, they were good. Like, that's the thing. They're probably fun. Like, probably a band I'd be into if I listened to them. But it's like they brought their crowd in, too. And it just wasn't, like, that's not the Dodgeball group at all, man.
No.
It sort of put us off to the peripheries.
I didn't even notice. I was too busy
Because you
drinking,
were too busy drinking or too busy being drunk.
both.
That was the part of the night where I, like, pulled a Fresh Prince and just, like, my ride's here, just slid out the door. Later, guys. Peace, peace, peace. But yeah, I want to ask you guys, do you have a favorite pub night memory? What is your pub night memory to
I
end
don't know if I
all
can remember any.
pub night memories?
That's some good ones at Professor Muggs.
Yeah?
That was a jam back then. You guys remember when we were at Professor Muggs? We don't do it anymore, thank God. But remember how Keith would always play Black Eyed Peas? What is that song that they do?
I got a feeling. Oh,
yeah,
God.
I got a feeling.
Which one?
And he would start like the Congo line
fuck.
all around the thing.
Yeah.
That was like his thing. Like, that made his night. I mean, he got it. Yeah.
Got a huge kick out of that. I do remember that really well. I also remember, like, the big highlight for me of pub night at Professor Muggs was standing in line for like 40 minutes to get a burger.
yeah.
Like,
And then the burgers are cold.
Yeah, going like the wheelchair ramp to one end and then going back and like, I'm almost there. I'm having so much fun.
Felt like a ride at
Oh,
Disneyland.
my God, yeah. Also the home to like some severe Canuck wins and beatdowns. Like playoff beatdowns. There was like a 6-0 shellacking of Chicago. There was like a 1-6 reverse shit kicking by Chicago. Like it's never an even game there. It's one or the other.
No, yeah, that's true.
Just,
What about you? You got any good ones?
I like seeing. I don't like seeing. This one. No, I can't talk about this one. This one is very far from appropriate. Like I can say that from last season, it was really funny because I had the pub night pre-show here in the basement. I was joined by the likes of Chris Wang and Jeff Kelly and Carmen and actually Kevin Vo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And eventually Giselle. And so Giselle comes over and, you know, super jovial and happy and being Giselle, and she brought us Jello shots, and that was cool. And then she's like, I'm off to another party. And, you know, off she goes to, I think, a thing with Danny and them, who lived in the area. And, you know, we didn't see her. We assumed she'd be showing up. And she did show up. But like 10 minutes after she shows up, she's getting like, carried out.
Oh, that's right.
Totally glassy-eyed. Like,
I think she was out of there by like 11 or so. I
Oh,
think.
Before
way
11.
earlier than
Well
that.
before
Like,
11.
I'm talking like
Well before
8:45.
11. Yeah.
Glassy-eyed stare being carried out, and I saw the same glassy-eyed stare out of Jeff Kelly, who was also just trashed. I try to keep my head above things at pub night.
Yeah.
And just,
I like to remember most of it.
yeah, me too. I was able to get a picture of Kevin Vo and Wilson together.
Oh,
Just
Kevin
compare.
Vo and Kevin Vo Light.
Yeah, and especially after Vo's going into surgery, like, Wilson has the big advantage. Like, Wilson is the bigger bicep dude currently, presently. Like, I don't know if ferocity-wise anyone can top Vo, the silverback gorilla that is Kevin Vo. He's just a monster of a man. But, you know, it was just, most of my memories are people getting, like, carried out of the place.
Or Nathan chipping a tooth. Or...
Nathan did chip
Yeah.
too.
Oh, that was a good one. That one with the graffiti was a good one.
The shark
Yeah,
one.
that one.
My memory from that pub night is the fact that Buns left me with 2 glow stick liquid nipple stains on one of my favorite V-neck shirts. Because he's like, oh, it's a glow stick. Let's rip it apart and start drawing glow liquid on people. And of course, comes up to me, nipple, other nipple. And I was wearing like 2 shirts. I was wearing a graffiti shirt, and then underneath was my V-neck shirt.
Oh.
Because, you know, why not? Because people could sort of feel I'm wearing a V-neck. And I wanted to exude the V-neck vibe. And so I get home like, where are these dark stains? I don't sweat from my nipples anymore. And sure enough, it was glow stick. And yeah,
He owes your V-neck.
it does. An American Apparel V-neck. Buns, if you're listening, this is my.
You live like 5 houses away.
Yeah.
Walk down here and give this boy a V-neck.
Or you remember those old shopping shows on like Game Show Network where you could run into a shopping store and just like anything you wanted, like a shopping spree, basically.
Yes.
That's what I want to do with his wardrobe.
That's right.
But I'll be too small. I'd get his shoes for one.
Man, I
Those
love
bitchin'
that.
shoes. he
What
wears.
show is that?
I don't know. But it was testing like how good of a shopper you were, and so if you got like the 6 items in 3 minutes, you got to go on this like crazy shopping spree. It usually came on after The Price is Right, which was the only show I watched when I was sick as a child. It was so good. Yeah, we've already kind of talked about the teams we're on. What's your favorite team you're playing on right now?
Probably Stonecutters.
Stonecutters?
What's a given? Recess?
Recess?
Yeah,
Ooh,
for sure.
Boy Crisis right here.
Yeah?
I'm enjoying the shit out of Boy Crisis. One, because the name's so fun. Like, I'm good with teams where I can scream shit related to our team name, and Boy Crisis just sets up perfectly. So many things.
Who's on that team again?
Sarah Hall.
Yes.
S-Mac.
I love this Sarah Hall.
Sarah Hall. Although I prefer Sarah Mac. You prefer Sarah Hall. She likes the S-Mac more than
What's with the S-Mac?
Just prefers that as a shorthand version of her name. I don't know. Like, Sarah Hall is too, like, backcountry. She's not on, we're not watching, like, the Waltons here.
Yeah, Sarah Hall, that's who she is.
Yeah, sure. Nick Malika, Justin, for as long as we can keep him, Brandon Wen, Ebony and Ivory, Shane and Travis, and finally Carolyn.
There you go.
Just like the holy trinity of dodgeball, I'm going to go ahead and say. We're missing one corner with Truong.
I know.
Yeah, it's too bad. The pentagram, if we put you, Tian, and myself.
That's right.
Whoever else.
Yeah.
Be it Vo or be it CT. Yeah. And so, we've been playing forever. Respectfully, we've been on so many teams, we're losing count. Whole seasons now are total blanks. I can't remember things. I try, but I can't. I'm doing my best. But there's just chasms. But what sort of remains is how the game is changing and gradually evolving over time. And I think part of that is sort of a romanticizing what's going on now and sort of looking back on what it was before. I'm like, oh yeah, they sucked. Or, we're so much better now, clearly. If I parachuted someone back and played there, they'd obviously win and destroy everybody. When we forget that ultimately it really is just throwing a ball at a person. And so you can't get that much better at throwing a ball at a person, right? How are you guys sort of changing as players throughout the years and seasons that you've been playing? Truong, I'll ask you specifically first. You as you've been playing the longest, and you and I are both battling with that thing called age.
Age and like deteriorating skill. I don't know. I guess as a player, I'm finding myself. Not that I was ever really like a main player.
Never.
I was. I've always been more of a supporting cast type of player.
Sure.
But now I find that I'm more of a supporting cast player. Like I've gone from like the Burrows to the Sedines to more like a Hansen or even a Dale Weiss at times.
Oh,
so
that's not even remotely true.
So I mean, I enjoy kind of like, not being so much of a spotlight character and just being back there doing the best I can with what I can.
Yeah.
And hopefully, making some highlight videos for the playoffs.
Ooh.
And then how many times do you watch them?
If I'm doing well, like I'm watching myself back a lot of times. I'm not even gonna lie. Like there are nights when Millie and I, we haven't hung out in a little while. I'm masturbating to my own video. And in base, if you're listening, I've masturbated to catching you a lot.
Catching his dodgeballs?
Yeah, let's go with that.
I'm sorry, I took the low road there. But you softballed it to me. Yeah, definitely. What about you, Yam? How are you changing as a player?
I don't know. I think it's different when you're a girl because you have so much more pressure on you to catch. I mean, you never hear a girl being like, "Oh yeah, she can throw really hard. Like we need her on the team." So as a girl, you're last, or and it comes to playoffs, and it's like, okay, all the pressure's on me to make a catch because that's what you're really good for, pretty much. But I don't know. Just trying to fetch balls. You don't see girls trying to, there are girls that play, but as a girl, your responsibility in dodgeball is to kind of have your players back, Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know.
I've sort of discussed this before. There is sort of a stratification, to use a bigger word, between girls in Tier 1 where it's you'll get there and, you could just be whatever player you are, your team got pulled up. But for the girls that are sticking around a lot in Tier 1, they do the most easily identifiable role for them is a catcher. And so some of them strictly identify themselves that way, whereas they'll try to do nothing else but catch.
Right.
And, it's good, but it's still random. A catch isn't a guaranteed thing. And then either once they've stuck around long enough, or if they were just better to begin with, they'll sort of ramp it up. And, catching is a huge part of their identity, but they also help run the courts. They're also in there throwing all the time. They're just shagging balls, doing all these other things. And there was that very clear distinction between people who were just there to try to catch and just there to shag. And, like yourself, who were really able to run the court and add, so much to the team dynamic. I think. For myself, I think, at least in the first couple of seasons, or season 1 specifically, my game was really well suited where I was physically at that point for like a really silly, really dodgy, really unstructured game, because I was just like wiggling around out there like a super thin, super skinny dude full of pep and just like making all these stupid dodges, and it gave me this sort of false sense that I was always going to be a better player than I actually really was. Like like the common thing with kids is until kids are a certain age, they can't really distinguish between skill in something and how hard they're trying. So if a kid is trying really hard at a sport when he's young, like pre-grade 2, pre-grade 3, he thinks he's really good at it just because he's putting all this effort into it. And I think it was the same thing for me. Like, I just had this concept, like, man, I'm a fucking sweet player. If only I wasn't playing with these chumps, I'd be like King Dodgeball, right? They're lucky to have me. But as my arm bummed out through seasons 2, 3, 4, and 5, and I had to change the way I played, and realized that, players that are playing are so much higher above me. How can I get my head up there? Ultimately, I settled on making really good teams all the time, right?
Yeah. How do I win a title?
Exactly. I always had that fear of like, man, am I going to be that guy who's, in his 30s and still hasn't won? That was my biggest fear for a couple seasons.
That was my biggest fear.
No one wants to be Jay Chow.
Oh, he still doesn't have one?
No.
You know what? I would want to be Jay Chow. I love Jay Chow.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Dude.
Yeah, witty dude. For all the ladies out there, he's also single.
He can cook like a motherfucking storm.
And he plays the guitar.
He's a good cook, did you say?
Oh,
really?
He's a stud of cooking.
King, man.
And if you're a fan of the next generation like I am, he knows his Star Trek pretty easily
man.
too. Fucking yeah.
So he's clearly a stud.
Oh my god. Of course he is. I love the shit out of Jay Chisel. And so it's a weird thing to have to consider because you move through the nights and you do have to think about, is my role changing within the team? Because nowadays, I'm certainly not, no matter how often Witten tries to put me as a captain on his fucking drop-in teams, and like all these new players are expecting me to carry the team, I'm like, guys, I'm really just here to fuck around. Like, I have no chance at this. You guys are screwed. They have no chance to win the melon bars at the end of the night when I'm on the team. Like, I'm never going to be, like, the number one carry on a team anymore. Like, I'm better in, I don't know, 3 support role in the mid, just chilling.
That's right.
Just make some catches, join in for things, and I've been thinking that, I don't know if you were playing last night, and you've played in the last couple of seasons, I really love throwing from behind people, and just unexpected
and it works.
throws.
Don't give it away.
You don't expect it.
It works a lot. The problem is, it works best when people are at their least sort of heightened aware, when they're just having fun and not really looking around. Like, I can blank people over just playing a fun game. But in playoffs, people are actually paying attention to what's happening. And beforehand, they're probably like, hey, Trav's probably going to throw from behind. So they'll probably like pretend
he said it on the podcast.
Yeah.
It's what he does.
So they'll like pretend to look away and like twiddling their thumbs like, oh yeah, I got your ball. Cause it comes pretty slow. And so, we'll see.
But you got those intangibles, Travis.
Oh, exactly.
You know.
Like I mentioned when I was the Babcock and the Stevie Y / old dude. Fucking doesn't matter what his name is. Detroit. Just think anyone in Detroit's manager.
Ken Holland. Scotty Bowman.
Just Bowman. They're Bowman-esque. Dale Talon even.
Yeah.
Florida. Where like I like sort of managing a team and seeing who fits in what places, and then just quietly inserting myself in that last slot, just existing. That's what I
You've
find
got a
enjoyable.
thrower, a catcher, They need a silly guy.
We got a tough guy. We got a brainy kid. Just like the A-team. Man, Mr. T's really become a caricature of himself.
Oh man, he's horrible.
It's like, if you haven't watched like any interviews he's done, watch him taking the shot.
Oh, the Chicago Blackhawks game?
Yeah, and he scores, but when he's doing the interview beforehand, like he's going through all the Mr. T motions, like, pity the fool. You can see in his eyes, he's like really just making fun of himself when he's doing
so old now, too.
He is. He's still in good shape. He still looks like Kimbo Slice.
Yeah, he
and
does.
he always will.
Yeah.
He always will. Oh, man. So good.
Why was he not in the Expendables movie?
Why the fuck wasn't he?
I mean, I just watched that the other day, by the way.
How was it?
For the first time. It's alright.
The first one?
Yeah.
How was the second?
I haven't seen
I
the
didn't
second
see
one.
both.
But it's not as bad as you might think that it would be.
Yeah.
With all these, like, old guys. Sylvester Stallone, man, he still got it.
Oh,
it's
also
entertaining.
have-
It's entertaining.
I need to get into that. I'm actually really down on the current state of movies in that, like, post Oscars, the movies that come out are absolute shit. Like, on Rotten Tomatoes, which is
man.
like a rating site for movies, currently the highest rated movie on like what's
Is it
released
Oz?
is fucking Spring Breakers.
Oh, well, okay. Look, okay. I want to watch that movie, though. I mean, it's a lot of girls in bikinis.
And
It
James
looks
Franco.
fantastic.
And
It looks
James Franco
fantastic.
with grills.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
But like that's literally your only option that isn't like sub shit on there right now.
That's
Apparently,
sad. That's sad.
according to the rating people. So it goes. So it goes. What we have, I want to talk about, like, we don't have much of a wide experience in dodgeball. We've got a long, varied experience within our sort of confines, our pen of Tier 1. They put us in Tier 1, they close the gate, and they say, yeah, play here for 15 seasons. Something like that. But we don't really get a feel for what's going on. Like, I'm not sure whether we'd want to go and dip around and plot around Tier 2 and 3 for a long, extended period of time. But I'm curious whether you think there's sort of an elitist attitude when it comes to Tier 1 teams in dodgeball. Is there, like, an elitism? And obviously some people will eventually have to be accepted into the fold. I'm more curious about how players manage to make that transition, how players individually, how teams possibly do it, and how sort of you, as players who are sort of well-established players, look down at other teams and how you sort of view them.
Geez, I don't know. Are Tier 1 players... Is there an elitist feeling? Maybe. Those recess kids are. Try to ask to try out for their team because I knew Nate was leaving. They said nope.
Absolutely
like
not.
it doesn't get
We
more
have an
elitist
age
than that.
limit. We cut it out
Jeez.
Oh my
at
goodness.
25.
Well,
so.
and that's kind of a tables turn scenario, because back in the royal family days, there was always talk of a reality TV show being made.
That's right.
Who will be the next family member?
Exactly. We were welcome to open up our doors to anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody. And we did. I mean, Chris Chan was on the team.
Yeah.
Johnson.
John was on the team. Yeah, really. The Dolly Walls.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know. I mean, maybe if you look at the playoffs itself, I mean, a lot of teams watch Tier 1 finals, but, I mean, Tier 1 players stick around to watch Tier 2 finals, but I don't think they're really down to watch it. Like, they're probably just watching it because if they don't, they won't get their medal later.
Yeah, like it's a casual
Yeah,
clap,
it's
clap,
kinda
like,
like,
oh, hey, let's watch them play their
Oh, that was
dodgeball.
really good. Nicely done. I mean, so yeah. I enjoy Tier 2 finals, though. They're dope.
Yeah.
They're way more exciting than Tier 1.
Yeah, exactly. Mainly because things can happen.
Yeah.
In Tier 1, stuff, like, extraordinary shit does happen, but in Tier 2, like, if one player goes off, they can just have a whale of a game, and they can be literally an unstoppable player, because they can't be stopped. There's no, like, come together strategy, let's get this guy, or blah, 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 and they can have an amazing time. So yes, it can be more exciting. What I see a lot is... What is that? Oh, okay, that's just a dog. Not that.
Her name is Yams.
Ooh. Ooh.
Just joking.
Oh man. So yeah, you can sort of see, the biggest thing I see is that if I'll be watching a game go, I can see like the biggest dude throwing the biggest bombs, making a bunch of catches, and still thinking in the back of my mind, yeah, well, he doesn't really know the strategic game. Like, put him in the playoffs, put his team in the playoffs, they'll still get crapped
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. I bet you hear that from Tier 1 players all the time. Oh, that was a hard throw, but he couldn't hang in tier 1.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Because, like, oh, yeah, he'd still need to cut his teeth a little while in tier 1 to really know what's up, right?
Right.
And so, like, the transition there, I think anyone can look and see if someone's throwing hard, catching, and, like, moving around the court nicely and see if they're athletic. You're like, okay, yeah, they'd be a good player. Never once have I been like, he's got a good strategic mind. If only he could throw and catch.
yeah, that's right.
It's like not too often at the age of like 20, 21 is the guy going to go from like mid 50s to 70s. Like that's not going to happen
No.
in terms of throwing. Catching can certainly be trained into people and it's beaten into people a lot. And so that sort of comes with a strategy. But I think like all it really takes is a good playoff series for people to get put on everyone's radar. If you play against them a couple weeks, like, yeah, those guys are good, they'll be really good in a little while, and if you see them blossom into it, then pretty soon, if they're hanging around tier 1 all the time, yeah, they're totally an accepted tier 1 team, they're right in the fold. Whether or not they enter like the brotherhood of teams, depends.
We got a handshake.
Yeah, it depends upon like when they win a medal or when they like make a deep run into the playoffs. Yam just entered that brotherhood. It's not true at all. No.
Yay, you're tier 1 now.
I definitely think it's getting harder to win your first one.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. Just because, like, the skill level, I think it's evening out.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, you can name the top 5 players, but then from 5 to 10, it's difficult. You can't, right? So I think the skill level is evening out, and that's why it's more
From
difficult.
5 to 50, they're all basically the same player.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm so happy I'm 50. In age, not rank.
So it just becomes a little more difficult to win it.
Yeah, oh, definitely. And, like, now there's so many teams as well, and it's, as people get older, they have less time to dedicate to dodgeball. And I think as a core of players, at least the people that started off and through those early seasons were there, they're getting older, and they have real life stuff to do from here. Every so often. You wouldn't know it from us, because we're still all playing 4 nights of dodgeball.
We currently have no real life thing going on.
Yeah, exactly. So, maybe that point just doesn't make any sense, because clearly we're playing more dodgeball than ever. Yeah, so it's probably easier for the player to make the switch to be like considered full-on baller status, because if that player's identified, they'll be sort of pulled in and just sort of integrated with teams. It's such an incestuous thing anyway already that no one's surprised when someone shows up playing with a different player.
Can you remember even the last person that kind of like entered the ranks of tier 1 after being a tier 2 player or tier 3 even? Like who'd be your most recent
let me
entry?
think. Well, Victor Lou
Yeah, I was
came
thinking
from
Vic, maybe.
because he went from just messing around with Lululemon and whatnot to just
Yeah,
dizzying heights.
Luke. He was on kind of a crappy team once upon a time.
Oh, the
Oh,
Bayside
with-
Tigers?
Yeah.
Bayside
With that
Tigers?
Black guy, what's his name?
Man, he had a
Robbie.
name. His
Robbie,
name-
yeah,
Whoa.
Robbie.
Whoa,
Yeah.
yeah.
Man, jeez, he's a
Sorry.
black guy.
Cheapers.
Oh, come on, you said Asian before. I
He
can say black.
doesn't call you the Persian girl.
Maybe he does.
I'm
Let's
pretty sure he
get
does.
Robbie
Call
on
me
the
the
phone.
Persian girl.
Hey, Persian lady.
Let's call South Africa and see what Robbie's doing and see what he calls you.
Yeah. So
And Linda was on that team too, right?
who
Linda, wasn't she?
was on the
No,
Bayside
I
Tigers?
don't think
No.
so.
No.
The Bayside
Who were
Tigers was my girlfriend, Belle.
Oh, right,
Played
right,
on
right.
Bayside Tigers. Felicia Chen, Marie Chen. They eventually became the Happy Birthdays or just Happy Birthday.
Right,
Which was
right.
like J. Ray, James Durante, Luke.
Queen?
You mean
J-Ray.
happy something? It wasn't happy.
It was
Happy
Happy Birthday.
Birthday.
Yeah,
It was
because they
happy
always
birthday.
had hats.
Oh,
and
right,
stuff.
Yeah,
right. But
that's
then what was
Carmelo.
the season after that?
It was after Bayside Tigers sort of disappeared.
Oh, okay.
But Luke, I mean, he was
But
on
maybe
that team.
Luke, because
Yeah.
Luke had an obvious progression of like just being a guy to eventually like pew.
Yeah.
And so I'd say James came along with him too.
Durante?
Yeah.
Definitely, Joe Liang was part of that team, perhaps.
Mm.
I think so. He
Just
was.
putting random people in.
No, he was. It totally was.
Yeah.
Those are probably the most obvious examples.
Did you think of anyone coming up in the ranks?
Still coming up is Titus. Titus is never going to stop coming up. I don't
Oh,
think.
yeah? You think
Oh, yeah.
You're not
I
tier
noticed
1
it
yet?
too.
You're not
I
in tier
noticed
1
it
yet?
He never came from like tier 2 because he was always with the Bunderwang guys.
Bunderwang kids.
But he's
Yeah,
just
he's definitely
he's just
better,
getting
for sure.
he's the best
One
player
day-
on Bunderwang.
One day, Chris Chan's going to enter tier 1.
Oh my god. You're breaking his heart here, man.
I'm just kidding. I love Chris Chan. It's a good time playing with him.
Oh, man.
Me and Chris have gone from a point where he used to like really enjoy watching me play dodgeball and thought that was good to now that we're playing on Wonderwang together, he's like,
You suck?
yeah, he's like, wow, Truong, you're actually really terrible.
Yeah. And that's something you can notice because I think you can only attend to so much information when you're playing dodgeball. Like, you only really store and remember the shit that people did well, on the other team at least.
Yeah.
So in your mind, like, everyone that's good is probably a little bit better than they actually are, because you're remembering all the good stuff they did. But once you start playing with them on a team and you have time to watch them, you realize, like, man, they make a shit ton of boneheaded plays. Like, I thought he caught balls occasionally, right?
Yeah.
Like, those are some of the things that, so yeah, if you're ever like completely enamored with someone, don't play with them on a team because it just rubs right off.
Just break that fantasy.
Oh my god. I still want to play with Mattia.
Are you not yet?
Not yet, no.
I thought you had a thing going on.
We did have like a Thursday thing, but I
right?
had to ditch it because by that time all the players were taken, accounted for. I guess. I don't know. I didn't want to fight for it.
Yeah.
If this was a romantic comedy dodgeball team, I would have fought for it. I would have showed up at his door like
With a stereo.
soaking wet.
With a stereo.
I'm gonna fight for this. I would have like poached people off, done worked my magic, delayed Kevin Vo's surgery, and put him on the team. I enjoy that guy.
Ken Vo.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, he's
such a nice guy.
he's a fabulous.
Why
man.
do you say that like it's a surprise?
Because it is a surprise.
He's obviously a nice guy.
It is a
He's
surprise.
obviously a nice
profiling going
guy.
on there.
Yeah. Man, first the black guy comment, and now the Kevin Vo's a nice guy?
Just
It's because he's Vietnamese.
Oh my
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow. This thing got racist real quick.
You know, there was a time where Crosscourt was a bastion of tolerance. Just every player, regardless of creed or color, could be accepted, but no longer.
No.
Ever since Yam got into things,
Yeah.
just fucked it all up. Damn you, Yam. Man. So that's enough of high tier talk. Basically, if someone has the chops, I think drop-ins do a real fabulous job of identifying who can really. Although drop-ins you're not really playing. Like, I spent most of yesterday acting like a bird at drop-ins. Like, I strained my quad terribly. It was either from doing the MC Hammer dance or walking like a bird. It was probably a bit of both. And so as a result, I can't walk today. But I had a fucking great time. And so yeah, you do get to see people week in and week out for like 2 hours and see like, could I bring them on my team? Yeah, let's see. And like, that really fixes the whole social element of it because you're seeing them and talking to them and you're always thrown around. You can share a melon bar with each other afterwards or have your own and then play with them. So yeah, again, can't say enough about drop-ins. Really love them. You should all respect Witten for putting them on. Never
Stop complaining.
Who's
complaining about
He's
drop-in?
offering you $5 dodgeball and then gives you melon bars. He occasionally gives you a free barbecue catered by Vera's, and you have the nerve to complain. I know I complained this week about being made a captain all the damn time.
Oh, right.
I'm like, Win, I'm not captain material. I like to know that he thinks I'm captain material, but it's really not true.
I came out one time and I was captain.
Oh my
It made
God.
no sense.
Absolute celebrity.
Total dodgeball celebrity. Like, I have cachet here and there, but you still got you don't just give it away to anyone who asks.
The key is to never go to drop-in. And show it once.
Oh,
I'm going to come back, Witten. Don't worry. One day.
Witten will be back.
One day. Witten and I are going to make a team one day together.
Yeah, I've already got him this season on
It's
Wednesdays.
going to be an all like wrestling themed type of team.
Oh, baby. Bring back the WWE
Wrestling
Superstars.
Yeah. Witten and I and maybe James Durante and maybe Joe, we're probably the only people that still watch wrestling. You know? So we're going to make a team that's kind of catering to that idea and all picking characters.
Very cool.
That'd
Yeah,
be fun.
it's all right. Yeah, we were gonna do it this season, but I got roped into Bunderwang because I thought they wanted me, but they wanted Chris. So
You got scammed.
maybe next. I know, I totally did.
You're like an old lady that fell for like a roofing scam.
Man, it's like they promised me a trip, and all they needed was my credit card information.
Oh man, fun times. So here's a more serious subject. Again, we've talked about it before, teased it a little bit earlier. Cameras as a method for reviewing games. Not reviewing games in the sense like, here's how we played, here's what we could do better. Or like, let's relive these memories. but more like this person should have been out. These calls were wrong. These people lined up in the wrong order. I feel it's the most poisonous fucking thing you can do for the dodgeball community because, firstly, there's no outlet. Like, there's no way you can possibly rectify the wrongs that have been done. Here's what you can do. You can type on Facebook and be like, should have been out. Post. Then everyone feels like shit. Everyone feels self-conscious. And there's no, like, you can't really point the blame because, like, was the player the person that did it wrong? Did the player legitimately not know? Did the ref miss it? Did the side ref miss it? Should his teammates pointed out? So basically the shit gets taken and flung on everybody equally. Like, everyone, like, it, and even the person who slings it, as soon as you hit, like, send on that, guaranteed, I will think less of you. Because you care enough about, like, you take it this seriously that you're gonna go, like, shit on someone's Facebook wall or a post and make them feel terrible after a dodgeball game is done. Now, clearly, I care enough about dodgeball to make a podcast about it. I've made 13 of them, and as long as, like, no bomb drops, there's going to be a 14th one coming out pretty soon, and a 15th one tomorrow.
Solid.
Yeah.
What's going on tomorrow?
We're doing the Thursday-Monday playoff review show.
Oh, that's cool.
With Kyle and Coop.
That's not overdue or anything.
Yeah, not at all. He's a very lazy boy.
Then we got to hear about all the recess stuff.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, the what?
Hope just fast forward past that.
Yeah, no, I better get on my rubber glove because I've been giving recess a handy for an hour.
God.
I know.
Haven't we been doing that already?
I
Like,
know,
they had their
man.
celebration tour.
You guys have your figurative blowjob from the whole league already?
Yeah, exactly. Like, did you have your
You
parade?
are disgusting.
Parade through the streets of Coquitlam? Waving. All hail Queen Yams.
Down like Blue Mountain Road or whatever the heck it is out there in Coquitlam. That's
Someone that can throw at him will throw your phone at you.
Hey, not my Perry.
I thought you said throw foe at him. I'm like, man, I could really go for some of that after this podcast.
That'd be nice.
But yeah, like, and especially since the camera itself is an unreliable narrator. I say this in a weird concept only because the books I really enjoy reading, the Song of Ice and Fire, the Game of Thrones books, everything is told from a point of view. And, you know, I'm really excited because Sunday night, the third season of Game of Thrones. I'm
and
excited.
The finale of Walking Dead.
Oh, I'm really again. Don't tell me what happened in the last.
It's so good.
But that being said, like I've read the comics, so I assume everyone's gonna die. It's just in what manner they die.
Don't ruin it for the rest of us.
Whatever. It's a zombie film. Anyways, the big thing in that book is even though you're seeing something from someone's perspective, the information you can be given is still wrong. Because it's coming through their filter still, unless they're totally this objective, omnipotent being, or omniscient, you really don't know if it happened or not. Because if the camera was on the side of Hatebit through last playoffs, when Kyle made that fucking circus catch, I would have bet my house. Shane would have bet his house. You would probably. That the ball hit the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Because from our freaking perspective, like 40 feet away, it looked like it hit the wall. The camera would have told the same story, I'm almost certain. That being said, every ref, everyone on that team, everyone on that side of the court clearly said, you know, it didn't hit the wall.
Never hit the
Not
wall.
even close. So I can accept that because they're the ones that saw it. But when you're pulling in like someone's handy cam as like a like the tell-all method and sort of accepting that, sure, order things you can kind of get into, but that's one where it's like, there's no way to fix that. It's happening so quick that really it's like the ref's fault is the biggest thing. It's such a crazy method of timing, and the stakes are so low because it's dodgeball. Like, if there was crazy prize money on the line, if someone was going to lose their house if he didn't win the game, I would be more interested in seeing how we could review and make sure stuff was correct. Considering we're 15 seasons in and everyone gets medals and will continue to get medals for perpetuity forever, you know, it doesn't really matter. I don't think it matters. What do you guys think?
No, I agree. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. Like, when people post it on Facebook and, you know, make a comment, it's like, oh, see, they got out first and then they came in and changes the game completely. And you know what? You can't be 100% positive on every call, right? So, like, you're going to miss some and it happens. It's not a big deal. So.
And I don't think it's necessarily, Like, the first post isn't usually, it's not made out of malice. It's not someone being like, fuck, man, they screwed me. I'm gonna post it. It's really just someone conversationally bringing it up. It's
Right.
like they're pointing out something that's quite clear in the video.
But it doesn't change anything, though.
Like, and that's the problem, is that once you fire that missile, so to speak, even though it's done with no malice in their heart, the person on the receiving end sort of takes it as like, man, they hate what I did. They think I'm a total cheater.
Yeah.
They think my reputation's taking a shit dive. Some people will feel like their reputation's taking a shit dive. And then everyone else weighs in. And even if they're just adding their 2 cents, and regardless of what the comment is, all of a sudden, like, everyone just piles on. And, like, the slightest negative just adds up to this tower of shit. And it doesn't, like, nothing changes. And, like, way back in the day, I think Truong will remember this. I think it was Kat Ganapi. That might have been the Care Bears. But there was some video where she may or may not have been out. And just like Facebook post after Facebook post. And this was like the league was relatively young. And it just sort of added on. And I watched as it got to this such terribly dark place where people just rub if you're wondering what the sound is, hopefully my mic's sensitive enough to pick it up. My dog is currently rubbing her eye up against the corner of an ottoman and then licking it afterwards. You know,
I do it sometimes, too.
I shouldn't be too mad, because I taught her that, yeah. So, whatever. Great move, try it out sometimes. But yeah, you saw, like, great, real, honest, nice, respected dodgeball players get into this pool of evil. And once you get in, you've always got that taint on you.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of like an unwritten thing where it's like, what's done is done. Enjoy the videos afterwards. Comment on the cool shit. But stay away from that other area. So.
Yeah. Of like, what was the right call in this situation?
This
But
is-
I mean, like you said, I mean, I'm going to defend the person who makes the comment. They're probably not doing it out of any mean spirit or anything. They're really just probably making a quick comment. Or not even a comment. Sometimes they just post it.
Ooh.
And then someone makes the comment. And maybe they just agree. Like, oh yeah, I caught that too.
Yeah.
And it's really not to say that, oh, this team's a total bunch of mother effing cheaters. They're just, I saw it too.
Yeah.
And it's plain in the video.
Now, if someone like edited the video to slow it down and turn it black and white at the moment,
zoom
and then like
in.
it was all black and white except for the person who allegedly cheated's red eyes and like gave them devil horns, and like then it might be malicious. Like creates a Facebook group. These people fucking suck.
I want to edit videos where you get like, you can blend in like fan reaction to a crazy play. How cool would that be, right?
Dang. Like, you know how YouTube you can have like a pop-up to like watch this video afterwards? Like,
Yeah.
as that's happening, like as the play happens, this thing pops up in the annotations, and it's just like, watch Chris Chan's reaction to this catch. You, just you click on it, it takes you to another video, and Chris Chan's going crazy for 30 seconds. That would be awesome.
You know what'd be really cool though? If we mic'd someone up for the playoffs.
Oh my god.
That'd be neat.
Yeah.
Someone like, you know, interesting.
Like me.
Yeah, like maybe
not
mic up
Truong
Travis.
either.
Oh, come on. I got solid dialogue.
What he meant by that comment is him.
You and me.
I was thinking Travis or I, not Yams.
Right.
Okay. You don't need to hear like half an hour of Yams just screaming at her team. Dodge this! Pick up that ball! Block that
That is true.
guy!
I do that.
Yeah.
Travis, don't do this. Travis, pick up the ball.
Feldman.
Travis.
Yeah,
Yes,
Feldman.
Feldman.
I really hate
I do
having
boss him
other
around.
Travises.
I love you, Travis.
She was talking about Travis Tomlin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Feldman.
Ugh. I love T-Felds. Yeah, no, that would be an interesting experiment. There's a whole lot of experiments. We're still waiting to get the
Are we
payoff.
still waiting
We're
for that?
still waiting
Oh.
on Matt, and he's gonna go away. He's probably gonna go away to Europe soon and sell the footage to like these Armenian dodgeball league. It's just like these are secret dodgeball tapes. Use them how you will.
I know. Oh well. I mean, that looked cool when they were doing it. I'm sure they're mixing up something really spectacular.
It needs a bigger production team.
Yeah, I guess
Like,
so.
it needs 2 dedicated camera guys and a third, like, producer who can make sure the camera on them isn't getting tilted and can, like, hand them stats.
That's right.
And, like, who's won, give them updates from the desk.
Or it'd be cool if they can go, like,
Stats?
go to camera
Wow.
2, go to camera 3.
Straight up. Yeah, exactly. Like, make it a live feed there, right? It's totally, like, we probably have the skills within the player base right now. We just need to exploit their free labor and make it a thing, right?
We've been doing it for 15 seasons, goddammit.
We're getting better and better and better at it. Oh, and that'd be really exciting to me. Just give them updates, like, or just call Jay Onright and Dan O'Toole and see if
I
they'll
love
do
those
it.
guys.
Oh my god, I listen to their podcast.
It's funny.
It's funny as hell.
It's really funny.
It's really good.
Almost as funny as this one.
Almost.
Almost.
I try.
I hope the videos keep coming though. Like I hope this doesn't discourage anyone from filming videos.
If anything, just do more. I think either VDL or the IDA is trying to poach Gino as like a videographer to do like strictly video stuff for them. And I
just stop playing.
As he was telling me this, I'm like, no, fuck that, Gino. You stay doing what you're doing with the VDL and you come do videography strictly for Crosscourt. Just let it be known that there's also a third organization fighting for talent now. As far as I'm concerned, it goes, VDL, IDA, and then Crosscourt, and then all the other leagues. I'm in there as well. I'm in the conversation. That was my dog's fart, in case you're wondering. Not mine.
Not yours?
I didn't even raise an eyebrow.
You did. No. Big fan of eyebrows. Yeah, well, so, what are your guys' dodgeball hopes? What's cool for dodgeball for you? Really open it up here and let you talk about whatever you want.
Well, my hope is to play with everybody in Tier 1.
Everyone in Tier 1.
Everyone in Tier 1.
You're really just whoring yourself
Yeah,
out there on air.
Just spilled his beer. Yes.
It's not like we consume alcohol on this show.
No, never.
I think that'd be a good...
You realize you're going to get propositioned a shit ton. Because this is like CT coming back from the dead saying, hey, I want to play with you. Just like a picture of CT in a Uncle Sam hat and beard. Blue suit, stars and stripes. Don't worry, it's cement. It drinks it. Makes it stronger.
What else is there to do, though, right? You win a medal. You win a medal, and then
you could try
what
to
other
win
goals
one in every tier.
What?
Win one in every tier.
What? Or on every night.
Every night, let's do every night.
I've already done that, so I can't join. Really?
You've done that?
Oh yeah.
Mondays?
Yeah.
Okay.
In Tier 1.
Yeah.
You did it on Monday with Almost Didn't Happen.
Yeah.
Tuesday with 8-Bit a couple times.
WWF Superstars.
Oh yeah, damn. Wednesday with
Indulge Trust.
Really?
Yeah, we got one.
Holy shit. And Thursday with holy shit.
Row Family.
And you haven't done CDL yet though.
Oh,
no, he hasn't.
You're waiting to make
you need
it,
a CDL.
You're waiting to make it 5.
CDL, for sure.
I guess.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Winning CDL is like winning like Tier 3 Mondays.
I mean, it's
practically the same, isn't it?
Wasn't that
Chris
tough?
Bounce is in CDL.
It really wasn't that tough.
I'm aware that Chris Bounce is CDL. That's why I'm in CDL. I follow that guy.
I had a blast watching the recent CDL playoffs, though. Really good time. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really competitive.
It was competitive.
And the cheating was like minimal.
The cheating was minimal. There wasn't the old was it Roy Stibbs or Rochester that was usually
Roy
before?
Stibbs.
It was Stibbs.
Roy
It was
Stibbs.
because Stibbs had the auditorium. Where was it the years before where there was like the stage?
I don't know.
Okay, because it used to have a stage,
Mm-hmm.
and it just meant that more people were there, and that really had like the CDL's court of public opinion where...
Man, I loved it.
Was it the community center? Are you talking about the community
I
center?
don't think it was a community center. It was just one of the gyms. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, what like sure the players were occasionally dishonest. Maybe just out of ignorance. Occasionally. I've played there for 2 seasons. I can talk freely about the CDL from time to time. But what made it work was there was this court of public opinion where if you were like being an asshole, like everybody would get on you.
Yes.
Really fucking
I love that.
give it to you, and it's
I love
sort of
that.
empowered the refs.
Too.
And it doesn't work for VDL, and it never will because we don't need it. I don't think. And I think really the CDL's moved past that too because like all the players, a lot of them are VDL types now, and just in general, awesome teams. I have a blast watching.
Some are.
Yeah, bigger chucks. Like there's more big arms out in the sea.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, they're whipping them.
Real exciting.
Do you know Jack? He
Yeah.
goes pretty hard. Too.
Yeah. He's the rumored 78 miles an hour that I really want to see, and I believe it too. Because a couple years ago, those boys were throwing fucking hard.
Yeah, he throws hard.
Yeah. Less of a curve and more just like a straight through fastball, right? Yeah. Good stuff.
Who's the hardest thrower in the video?
Byron. 77.
77?
Yeah. And Jack is the rumored 78, which is crazy.
It is nuts with the dodgeball.
Yeah, it's insane.
I'm still on this.
He's also from baseball too.
Mm-hmm.
Of course he is.
Baseball guys.
Of course he is. I don't know too many like cricket players that would whip a ball that hard.
Do you remember
a synchronized swimmer? That Jack guy, man, he's a great synchronized swimmer. Damn, he's ripping 78.
Here's a real dodgeball throwback. If anyone remembers Thana,
oh yeah,
He was either Fijian or some sort
He was
of...
Fijian,
He was
yeah.
a Fijian dude with like a crazy coif
Tall,
of hair.
skinny?
Probably.
With a hat?
No.
No.
This was before your time.
Oh, okay.
I forget who he played with.
Some awful team.
Some terrible, shitty team.
No, he's bald. He only had a shaved head, I think.
He had curls. He had a brother too.
The brother had curls.
Oh, maybe. Either way,
Yeah, whatever.
like super honest, super nice dude, and he threw a fucking scorcher that had an insane dip.
Oh,
His
it
was most
ridiculous.
like a I was gonna say curry throw. I mean, say cricket throw.
Kind of like Joey's. I think Joey, is that his name?
No,
Joey.
this
Joey's
guy threw,
like Joey throws a fast straight ball.
Yeah,
It's
this guy was like a dirty, like side-winding, curve dipping. It was,
Oh, wow.
it was dope.
Mhm,
What
really
happened to
nice.
him?
Probably just did other things.
Yeah.
Didn't dedicate his life to dodgeball.
No. Here we are, though.
Yeah, really. Friday
I'm
night.
still on that mission of eliminating resets forever.
Yeah.
Oh, please.
How's that one going for you?
So far,
Not
so
good.
good.
Not good.
We're I've had a petition. I've signed people up to like a thing. I'm
I doubt
first on the
anybody will
list.
sign it. You're going to be the
That's
only
just
one
me
on
so
that
far.
list. Yeah, exactly.
Just me so far.
Exactly.
It's going well. It's going well.
No one else is going to sign that.
Why wouldn't they sign it? You like resets, Yams? You like it? You love it? You live by it?
I love resets.
You love the resets?
You love resets.
I don't love I don't
Yeah,
love
you
resets.
did. You wanted to play for a team.
Not recess. Resets.
Oh.
Recess.
I also threw my name into the hat for recess, but I don't think they took me
I know.
seriously. That's bullshit.
For IDA, whatever, your IDA team?
No, I mean just
No, like
Thursday
legit, like
nights.
Thursday
Yeah.
night. I was gonna play 10
I
weeks.
was jumping ship.
Yeah,
That's
man.
what I was trying to do.
See you later, 8-bit.
We'll be back.
Yeah, but recess or resets.
Resets.
You know what? Recess. We can just get rid of them
Both
both.
a plague.
It's cancer to the league. Cancer to the exciting game that is dodgeball.
Season 16. Do you think 8-bit will come back?
I sure hope so.
I hope
Kevin
so.
Bowe's gonna be okay by then.
Maybe. If they
CT
keep,
coming back?
Hey.
Hey.
Can't ruin the surprise. Maybe he will. Maybe he
maybe.
won't.
I've seen him here and there for Grosvenor.
I don't want to.
He filled in for Joe's team. Joe's work team.
I don't want to tease anybody, but CT asked me for a dodgeball the other day. I think he just wanted to chuck a few. See if he still had it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
That's right. I am playing hockey with him this spring and summer,
Yeah.
so.
He was cool enough to Facebook message me and ask me if I wanted to play drop-in hockey with him. They probably just really desperately needed a player. But still.
I think he just missed us,
I
Travis.
think he just missed
I think
me.
he just missed us.
I think so.
Because he asked me to.
Nice. Yeah.
Really? He asked you to play hockey?
Oh, yeah, man. I'm like balls out speed out there.
Very skilled player. Are you rocking D now or are you still feeling forward?
I'm back to forward.
Okay.
Yeah. They need that offense.
I heard Eddie had a really cool shootout goal.
Oh, man. It was beastly.
Tell me about it.
It was beastly. This guy, we had a shootout, and it was probably the lamest shootout in hockey history. Because the first guy in the team scores, and then Colin scores. He's our third shooter. So we go through 5 guys, but it's only 1 goal each. And then we go through 2 more guys in the sudden death shootout, and then they miss, and then now we got Eddie, and he goes in, and everyone thinks he's gonna shoot because he's got no dangles. And he puts on this disgusting Charlie Conway-esque triple deke going on. He just brought it to his backhand and brought it back to his forehand and just slid it right in. It was nice. It was dirty.
Was Lockwood in goal for you guys?
No, we had a Hwango.
Oh, okay.
We had a Hwango, yeah.
Good stuff.
So it was good. It's great that Eddie's getting some street cred for his hockey move
Straight
here
up.
on the podcast.
He's like a rugged player.
Yeah,
Definitely. Excuse me while I adjust myself. It's hard to sit
Staring
down.
right at you.
Hard to. Just hard to deal with that for so long. That's fun.
No, it's been good. Come on, guys. Just join the crusade. End resets.
Yeah.
It'll be good, guys.
Why?
Okay? Why?
Why are you such a hater?
Because it's
He's
so
such a hater.
boring.
It's not boring.
Oh my god.
It's so boring. You want to play on our team?
3, 2. I'm trying to kill resets from the team that's
That's not what you said half an hour ago.
infamous for resets.
No, that's not what you said half
For the
an hour
team
ago.
most infamous for resets.
That's not what you
I
said
think
half
the
an hour
team
ago.
that's most infamous for resets is whoever Brandon's playing with that season.
Oh man.
I do a running counter. I want a digital LED display for his.
There should be a rule where you only get 3 resets a game. And there should be a counter on each one. You know what I mean? Pretty sure
We actually played a drinking game.
you watch videos?
Watching our own videos, and every time somebody reset, you would have to drink. And
You
I
guys must
said
have
not to do
bombed.
it because every ball that was in my hand was a reset.
Oh, you don't say, eh? Oh,
Terrible
crazy.
Yeah, I didn't say there was anything wrong with it.
Oh, that's crazy, yeah.
You still want to
How
win, but
exciting was that game? Probably.
It was
really-
exciting. We ended
Probably.
up winning.
Oh, really?
Surprise,
Yeah.
surprise.
Yeah, cool. Cool.
What a hater.
Look what you teach the
Seriously,
new
such a
generation of
hater.
dodgeball players, man. There's a bunch of young teams out there,
Yeah,
that are playing in like tier 1 right now, and they're like 20. They're watching the tier 1 teams like the top of the totem pole, and they're watching are resets. And what do they say to each other? You know what we got to do now? We got to reset the ball.
It's like
That's a great strategy. I think that's a great strategy.
It's like young actresses in Hollywood that think they have to sleep with the director just because. Like,
or like do more coke.
yeah, exactly. Or like
What example are you setting?
exactly like young badminton players that think they need to do crystal meth just to compete. That's bullshit.
I know.
Crazy.
See, look what you teach these people.
You need to think of the
Think of the next generation of
Yeah.
dodgeball players, okay?
what are the
Now that you got your
repercussions of your
title.
actions.
Okay, fine.
Think of the sport. Think of the sport.
Think of this. Hey, how about fucking Tiger Woods and Lindsey Vonn dating?
Whoa.
That's crazy.
I love it.
I love it too.
Who's Lindsay?
Lindsey Vonn is like the current god of female downhill skiing.
US team.
Oh.
And so she basically was like doing her thing, being amazing at skiing, and just kept reading newspaper reports about Tiger banging Hooters waitresses. And she's like, man, I can't sit out on the sidelines any longer. I have to get in there.
I'm not skiing right now. I've got to do something.
This is bullshit. I'm tired of this. Easily the power couple of the world of sports, though.
Oh man,
If
I
Tiger's-
still like. Okay, I'm sports,
Jesus, dog.
but I like Justin Verlander and Kate Upton.
They're together?
Are they not still?
I have no idea. I never knew. I'm
Oh yeah,
only
they were dating.
barely aware of.
Yeah.
I'm only barely aware of baseball.
You know, we
Read magazines.
paper, TV.
Hang
We
around.
do other things than
It's
reset
hard
balls
when the
at
media is
dodgeball.
constantly.
please.
It's the same as young dodgeball players constantly getting bombarded by resets. It's me getting hit in the face by the media.
Exactly.
It tells me what to think about things. Good stuff. Good stuff. But I'm really excited for playoffs. Hopefully the coverage is as good as ever.
So excited.
I want the drone to be there.
What night do you think is going to be the most exciting?
Monday.
Monday?
I'm calling it.
You think Monday?
Actually,
Yeah.
I don't think Monday.
Monday has
Monday has pretty good.
5 teams
Five
that can
teams.
really go for it. Really go for it.
I think that. Well, I don't even. You know what? I don't even know.
Wednesday, guys.
No.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Tuesday could be interesting.
Tuesday's got a lot of teams that are all really good.
Yeah, it's pretty balanced in the top 8 there.
They don't have a team that's like seriously standing out. I think
That's elitist of us, actually, to now discuss the playoffs and only talk about Tier 1. Are we discussing?
well, I've said this before in that I would love to talk. I would love to talk. Again, I'm going to show another level of elitism here. I would love to talk about the other tiers, but 1, I don't play in them, and 2, there's no strategy to really talk about. It's like whoever happens to end up in a tier, it's just like, well, who's got the best guys? Who's going to catch the best? Who has somebody that's like sandbagging?
Just bomb, right?
Yeah, like which team that's currently 7th or 8th decides to sandbag because they do it,
I'm
and
thinking those stonecutter guys.
yeah, who decides to take their foot off the gas and go play in the lower tiers? You know, if I'm not intimately familiar with something, all the talk I'm going to be doing about it is like, oh yeah, they're real good, they're nice guys. Not going to be substantial at all.
Maybe that's the next level of podcasting. Someone needs to Chris will actually, instead of doing unboxings, should do like the low tier podcast.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Dedicate like 20
right?
minutes to it. Maybe dedicate 20
It's
minutes
possible.
to it.
It's possible. Yam did bring that up to me, but I said I didn't want to give up a seat on the playoff preview panel to somebody that was exclusively doing the low tier deal. I didn't. I'm like, I'm sorry. That's really shitty me. I recognize it, but I do also know who the audience
Well,
is.
he's catering to the viewership.
Right.
The audience, and like the same way I brought this up because I've got a sexy new position in the VDL as a league ops manager, where I'm trying to make sure that the product we're delivering to the players through the execs is as good as possible. Is that in the same way that I don't want to cater down to people when they're listening to this podcast in terms of dodgeball talk, I don't want the rules to be catered down to players. I think that Truong, you and me, being on the rules team, we've got this sort of upper echelon of rules knowledge.
Right.
And we pass, a lot of that on to the execs. And we don't necessarily give everything. Like we say, if you want to know absolutely everything, it's on the website.
Right.
You know, we do have the rules for them, and we'll gladly sit down and talk to them for like
There's
an
so
hour
many rules.
about a single rule.
Yeah.
But they may not have absolutely everything. And so they take that almost complete rule set and go teach it to the players. And their version of it's on the website is it's on the website, but they won't sit down for an hour and talk about a specific rule. They'll maybe do a 5-minute version of it.
Yeah.
And so, you know, the people who probably get that the most are the captains. So the captains hopefully have a bit better knowledge of the rules. Players in Tier 1, a bit better knowledge of the rules. And their teammates will ask them something. And, you know, and they'll get, again, another stripped down version. And so, you know, it's like playing telephone, where from Yumi, Coop, and Buns to where it ends up, it's totally different games, basically.
Yeah.
And so, in the same way, like, that's what the next gauntlet I want to throw down is to just set a standard for reffing and try to pull everybody up.
Man.
It's going to be impossible.
It's gonna be tough.
It's going to be impossible because the longer you talk to people, the faster they zone out, basically. But who knows? I don't know. Just a thought. Just a thought. Oh man, we had a good time here tonight. Didn't we? We had so much fun. Is there anything just pounding you to get off your chest?
No.
Not really.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for having me on again.
I'm so and you know what, Truong, I've said this to myself, I've said this to other people. You were, you know, yeah.
I know.
I love you.
Go ahead.
I love that you're here.
Go ahead,
When
boost
you
his ego. Boost his ego. Go ahead, tell him you love him.
The only person that I would have on as a part of the show, like if you wanted to become part of Crosscourt and do every show, you're the only guy that I even consider, because you're just, you know, you and I can talk and we enjoy each other's company.
Exactly.
And you can throw it down dodgeball wise for, you know, an hour and a half every week, no problem.
Like-minded people.
Yeah, and I think there's definitely an audience there for an hour and a half of Truong
so
talk.
hard to hear.
Most people won't admit it,
Yeah.
but, you know, everyone loves Truong. So
Travis
much.
is the only one who
That's
openly
not
admits
true,
it.
Yeah. I've openly admitted it for a long time. But yeah, no, so we're pressing the hour 40-minute mark, at least since we started, which is, yeah, crazy. Can you believe it? We got through all the topics. I'm glad I really didn't overly prepare, because we would still be talking for another 25, 30 minutes easy. You know, it's Good Friday. Hopefully everyone has an awesome Easter. Hopefully everyone's ready to get back into dodgeball. Hopefully you enjoyed your...
Starts next week, right?
Oh, yeah, except for Mondays.
Except Mondays?
Except
It's
Mondays.
Easter Monday.
Mondays has another day off.
Okay.
holiday.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are back in action for week 7. Week 6 Monday will kick off in another week. Tomorrow night, I don't know when I'm going to release this podcast necessarily. For those of you who haven't figured it out, it is Friday, Good Friday. And on Saturday, which is tomorrow, we are doing the Thursday, Monday review show with Dylan Cooper, Kyle Schmidt. It's going to be fun. I lured them here by promising them food. And then we'll watch all the videos together and then do our show. I'm probably going to get like 2 or 3 Uncle Fatih's pizzas.
Still.
That's going to be pretty sweet. The ground beef ones. We'll have a blast. We'll go through all the shows. Hopefully bring you a different sort of show. We'll have fun. Maybe we can goad the fun out of Cooper. It's possible.
No, I don't know, man. Captain Serious.
Oh my god. AKA Fun Visible. AKA Captain Serious. Oh my god. So yeah, we'll do our best. Maybe we'll spike his drink.
He has a good time playing Super Smash Brothers, though.
Yeah, he posted was it a tweet or a Facebook
Or
post
something,
today?
yeah.
Saying he was going to be playing Super Smash Bros. Brawl or Melee.
Saw it, and you know,
One
I
of
don't
them.
know.
For all night. He's like,
But
just
he's into that game.
Yeah.
He's into that game. That's where he's having his fun.
That's his code word for casual hooking up. There's people like
Yeah, that's right.
They'll show up at his house for 20 to 30 minutes.
Where's the game? In my room.
Yeah. Oh man, never mind. There was a very funny video by Donald Glover back in the day when he was with whatever his group was, his comedic group before he got into Community and all those other things. I'm not going to talk about it because it's a weird side. I'll talk to you guys about it after. A strange way to close the show. Do you guys have any requests for how I'm closing the show music-wise?
Music-wise,
I know if it was strictly Yam and I, we'd probably go Nelly.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Yeah, definitely Nelly. I'll try.
Like
He doesn't like the new... She
Oh,
doesn't like the music. Maybe
oh.
old school Nelly.
Old school now. Okay,
That's-
Like
yeah.
G.I., right?
Just a Dream was fabulous.
Oh man,
I didn't expect
Country
that.
Grammar.
The
Yeah.
the newest
We're getting
one.
Country
that.
Grammar
The
going.
newest one, Like a Porsche, is absolute dog shit. It is the worst fucking song I've ever heard.
I'd be okay with. I'd be
Batter
comfortable
up,
with country.
batter up.
Batter Up, Air Force One's EI. It's getting hot in
this
here.
is all awful
Country Grammar.
songs.
Oh, how dare you? Okay,
I
Country-
know, right?
Country Grammar
Terrible
would be good.
taste in
I
music.
recently one of the students at the abs and core class I teach out at Kwantlen. Thanks, Eddie.
Oh yeah, is that?
He's not there anymore, but I'm still teaching the thing. One of the girls came out because I was talking about Nelly, like I was talking about all the rappers that I really love. Turns out when she was 12, she wanted to marry Nelly because like she was keeping up to my Nelly knowledge. I'm like, you're just pretending you heard Country Grammar and you thought it was cool. And then she starts listing off like the Saint Lunatics, and
Wow.
I'm like, whoa! And if for those listening at home, the Saint Lunatics are his like posse in the same way that Eminem had like D12. Where D12 was like mildly successful, Nelly had the Saint Lunatics.
Exactly.
Who weren't nearly as successful. They were still cool dudes. Remember one of them wore like half an opera mask all the time?
Yeah, he was terrible. Wasn't he Murphy Lee?
Was he Murphy
I
Lee?
thought he was Murphy Lee.
Murphy Lee again showed up later on with Nelly and P. Diddy in Shake Your Tail Feather.
That's right.
Great song.
Great song.
Hey, there's your song to end.
Great
it there.
summer hit.
We'll send
We'll
to
try
end
to
it
do Shake Your Tail Feather. The only problem is whenever I upload it, I get like hey, copyright. Turns out you use some really copyrighted music.
Oh.
And I think their label is big enough to not want me to have it up. But we'll see. Like most of my podcasts can't play them in Germany. Sorry, Germany. Because Germany has these really fucking like harsh copyright things on them. Yeah.
Oh, there's a whole country not listening to this.
It's a shame, like the
Brutal.
great nation of Germany will never know what up. Which is why I like tend to stick with like crazy, what I think are obscure songs. Generally they're not though. They still get dinged for copyrights. So yeah, thanks for listening. Thank you two so much for having me. Turns out like the mic's been off for the last hour. We've just been chit chatting.
Get out.
Get out of here.
Get out.
No, it's still recording. Trying to pull it over on you guys. So yeah, everybody, have a great night. Stay safe on the dodgeball courts, and if you're going over to Cooper's house, stay doubly safe. All right, good night, everybody.
Good night.
Take care.
See ya. Enjoy the music.
Standing there alone, the ship is waiting, all systems are go. Are you sure? Control is not convinced, but the computer has the evidence. No need to abort. The countdown starts. Watching in a trance, the crew is certain, nothing left to chance. All is working, trying to relax. Up in the capsule, sent me up a drink. Jokes, Major Tom. The count goes on. 4, 3, 2, 1. Earth below us, drifting, falling, floating, weightless, calling, calling home. Second stage is cut. We're now in orbit. Stabilizers up. Running perfect. Starting to collect. Requested data. What will it affect when all is done? Thinks Major Tom. Back at ground control. There is a problem. Go to rockets full. Not responding. Hello, Major Tom. Are you receiving? Turn the thrusters on. We're standing by. There's no reply. 4, 3, 2, 1. Earth below us, drifting, falling, floating, weightless, beneath